I'm going to give you a quick tour of what we realtors use to know what's going on in the market. In Vancouver, we have access to what's called the Paragon website, and this lets us know everything that's going on, new listings, what's sold, what's changed prices, also lots of great statistics. And what we normally look at every morning is the market monitor. I have mine set to what's going on in North Vancouver the last 7 days. This really helps me keep a pulse on the market. I can see here that we have 160 new listings. About 12 days ago, that was 90 new listings. So that means that more inventory is coming on the market. That's great news for you buyers. Also, we can see that 81 homes sold in North Vancouver the last 7 days. Let's take a look at those. So then we get a list of all the homes sold. We can find out if they're green, if they sold above asking, if they're red, they sold below asking, and if they're black, then they sold pretty much at what asking was. We also look at what the average days on market are. So we can see in North Vancouver the last 7 days, the average day it took a home to sell was only 9 days. That is crazy quick. And then moving over here, the top shows you what the list price is and what homes actually sold for. What homes actually sold for is the most important information we can get as realtors, because that's the reality of what the market is willing to pay for a property. The list price, that can be way off at times, as we saw last year when homes were selling well above asking. But we can see here that the average price for list price compared to sold is not too far off, just slightly higher. So that's sort of a sign that the market isn't has found sort of its comfort place. While homes are still going up in price, it isn't as crazy as what we've been seeing. And then we can organize this data in so many different ways. So the way it's organized right now is by price. So we have the lowest price first. The lowest property sold in North Vancouver the last 7 days was $450,000. And we've got, look at that, 3 properties that would fall for first-time home buyers. So there are still opportunities for you in North Vancouver. These were all apartments, and of course they'll be a little bit older. That's what's going to get you in that price range. And we can also look at what the most expensive home was the last 7 days. 3.5 million sold above asking, and this was a Deep Cove home, which is typically where we see the more expensive properties in North Vancouver, since they tend to be waterfront. And look at that, it sold in just 7 days, and it sold for $500,000 above its list price. So that's got to be a very happy seller. If you are wanting to know what the value of your home is, I provide free home evaluations. It takes me just a minute to set that up using a lot of the tools that I have access to. Just send me a message. I typically do them on Friday, so if you can get that to me before 11 o'clock on Friday, I can get that back to you really quickly. That's a free home evaluation, no commitment. It's just for you to have more information on what's going on in the market.